Topic 10. Planning for Contingencies. Part 4. Testing Contingency Plans. Very few plans are executable as initially written. Instead, they must be tested to identify vulnerabilities, faults, and efficient processes. There are 4 testing strategies that can be used to test contingency plans: desk check, structured walkthrough, simulation, and full interruption. Some final thoughts on contingency planning. Iteration results in improvement. A formal implementation of this methodology is a process known as continuous process improvement. Each time the plan is rehearsed, it should be improved. Constant evaluation and improvement leads to an improved outcome. Managing investigation in the organization. When, not if, an organization finds itself having to deal with a suspected policy or law violation, they must appoint an individual to investigate it. How the internal investigation proceeds will dictate whether or not the organization has the ability to take action against the perpetrator if, in fact, evidence is found that substantiates the charge. In order to protect the organization and to possibly assist law enforcement in the conduct of an investigation, the investigator must act to document what happened and how. Forensics is the coherent application of methodological investigatory techniques to present evidence of crimes in a court or court-like setting. Digital forensics involves the preservation, identification, extraction, documentation, and interpretation of computer media for evidentiary and/or root cause analysis. Like traditional forensics, it follows clear, well-defined methodologies, but still tends to be as much art as science. Evidentiary material, also known as an item of potential evidentiary value, is any information that could potentially support the organization's legal or policy-based case against the suspect. An item does not become evidence until it is formally admitted to evidence by a judge or other ruling official. Digital forensics can be used for 2 key purposes. The first is to investigate allegations of digital malfeasance. A crime against or using digital media, computer technology, or related components is referred to as digital malfeasance. Second is to perform root cause analysis. If an incident occurs and the organization suspects an attack was successful, digital forensics can be used to examine the path and methodology used to gain unauthorized access, as well as to determine how pervasive and successful the attack was. Many investigations begin with an allegation or an indication of an incident. In law enforcement, the investigating agent would create an affidavit requesting a search warrant. When an approving authority signs the affidavit or creates a synopsis form based on this document, it becomes a search warrant and grants permission to search for evidentiary material at the specified location and/or to seize items to return to the investigator's lab for examination. In corporate environments, the names of these documents may change and in many cases may be verbal in nature, but the process should be the same. Important, formal permission is obtained before an investigation occurs. In digital forensics, all investigations follow the same basic methodology. First, you identify relevant items of evidentiary value. Second, you acquire the evidence without alteration or damage. Third, take steps to assure that the evidence is at every step verifiably authentic and is unchanged from the time it was seized. Fourth, analyze the data without risking modification or unauthorized access. And 5, report the findings to the proper authority. Organizations should develop specific digital forensic procedures along with guidance on the use of these procedures. EM policy should specify who may conduct an investigation, who may authorize an investigation, what affidavit-related documents are required, what search warrant-related documents are required, what digital media may be seized or taken offline, what methodology should be followed, what methods are required for chain of custody or chain of evidence, and what format the final report should take and to whom it should be given. When an incident violates civil or criminal law, it is the organization's responsibility to notify the proper authorities. Selecting the appropriate law enforcement agency depends on the type of crime committed, federal, state, or local. Involving law enforcement has both advantages and disadvantages. On the one hand, they are usually much better equipped at processing evidence, obtaining statements from witnesses, and building legal cases. However, involvement can result in loss of control of the chain of events following an incident.